Please watch it very carefully. This is from the info session with AdCom that we did in 2023, 2 years ago. The way we are doing it, the way you are applicants for class of 2026. No, you're not class of 2026. You guys are class of 2027. Same way, these people were applicants for class of 2025. Okay.
So, Amit, we will. I mean, there is one question which is common from everyone, and so many people have filled the form and asked the same question: that what exactly happens once we submit? What are the stages through which the application goes through, and how is it decided that this application will eventually be shortlisted for the interview and this will not? So, if you can, delineate that process and demystify it, I think it would literally answer the queries of everyone who is present in this talk.
Sure. So once we get the applications on board, each application is reviewed by a reviewer, and they give quantitative scores to the application. And so 3 reviewers will give a score to the application. The average of the 3 will become the profile score of the applicant. And profile score typically consists of your academics, your work experience, your essays, your letters of recommendation, and your GMAT and GRE score. Now, each of them will have different weightages. Some will have higher, some will have lower. But none of them is so high that, if you crack that one particular thing, you'll directly get it. No. None of them is so low that if you don't do really bad in that, you will still get through. No, not like that. So their weightages, and all of them have quite similar weightages in the overall scheme of things. Now, the profile score, every year the AdCom will meet before the each round, and they will decide on a particular cutoff for the profile score above which people are called for the interview. Now, everybody who has a cutoff score, a score higher than the cutoff score, will be called for the interview. And in the interview, the IIMs will interview the candidate, and they'll give them an interview score. And this interview score is added to your profile score in a ratio to get your overall score, which determines offers and scholarships for the candidates. So we not look at each particular application in individuality, but we look at it holistically and in comparison to the other applications. Hence, the profile score cutoffs and overall cutoffs.
So, Amit, the profile score that you talked about, is there a weightage for diversity as well? Because there are a certain, for example, during my time, there was a set of academic backgrounds which were available for diversity scholarship. Background was one of them. So, is there a separate weightage for diversity also, that if you belong to a diverse background, some weightage would be added to that?
So, diversity weightage is part of your work experience.
Okay.
So, we will look at it. There's no separate thing as diversity per se in the evaluation process. We look at it in the work experience itself. So somebody who is diverse, has a different work experience, or somebody who has come from a different academic background, they might get slightly higher scores in those areas. But in a sense, we don't have something like academic diversity or other diversity quotas per se. So at ISB, the beauty of the whole process is there are no quotas for anything.
Right.
It's a single licensing process, but of course we give enough weightages to different people from different backgrounds to be able to get through that particular process.
Okay, so when we talk...
Okay, this was 2023. I hope you have understood. Even if you have not understood, I'll make you understand everything. But let's look at some excerpt from 2024.
So, Amit, now, okay, ACAD's part is very clear. Now, the 5 parameters that you used to check before, are the 5 parameters still the same?
Yes, they're same. So, we look at ACADs, we look at your work history, we look at your GMAT, GRE scores, we look at your essays, letters of recommendation / extra currics. Those are the 5 things which will eventually become a profile score. And there's a cutoff on the profile score, not on the individual parameters. So, This gives candidates a flexibility in terms of balancing the profile. If you have low GMAT GRE, but your other parameters very strong, you still have a strong chance. And vice versa. If your CADs are lower, cover it up with higher GMATs or GREs or good work experience. So it's up to the candidates how they balance their profile.
Right, which makes sense because
Okay, last clip.
so Amit, now okay, CAD's part is very clear. Now
Oh, sorry.
okay. Now 25% of the batch got scholarship this year, if I'm not wrong.
Guys, listen to this very carefully. This is about scholarship. He also mentioned scholarship in the first clip, which I'll explain what exactly he wanted to say. This is also very important. This is the last, then we will actually start with the presentation.
According to what was announced. So is that percentage going to remain the same? Are there any new scholarships being announced?
It could be, depending upon the scholarship pool is increasing year on year. So this year we had, for the last cohort, the current cohort which has joined, we disbursed 20 crores worth of scholarships to those 25% of the batch, and the scholarship pool is growing year on year. So this year, maybe few more people can get scholarships depending upon the quantum which we disperse to people versus the parameters that they bring in. So the pool will definitely grow. What percentage I am not aware right now, or I cannot share right now, but it's going to grow. The number 25% will go higher or lower depending upon marginally, depending upon the quantum which we distribute to individual students.
Okay. Now, Amit, this I know, but there are so many people who still do not know, even though I've explained it to them. Our scholarships, the merit scholarship decided. So just for everyone's benefit, can you just elaborate the process again?
Sure. So primarily there are two types of scholarships. One is a merit scholarship, and for which by default everybody is eligible to apply. Everybody who applies to ISB is eligible. There's no need to apply anywhere for the scholarship. You automatically considered. And here the criteria is your performance in the ISB selection process. So the profile score plus the interview score and put together it becomes an overall score. Higher up in the overall score you are, higher the chances of scholarships for you. People who are at the top get 100% and then 75, 50 and so on and so forth. In under this category, the highest scholarship is 100% of tuition fee waiver. And tuition fee is on 25.5 lakhs for the program. So you can get up to 25.5 lakhs as part of this particular waiver. And it starts from 8.5 lakhs to all the way to 25.5 lakhs for people under this particular category. There's also another category called need cum merit or merit cum need as we call it. And here the first thing is if your annual family income is less than 18 lakhs per annum, then you are eligible to apply for this particular scholarship. And higher up again, the merit depending on that, we'll give waivers, tuition fee waivers to candidates. Again, here the highest waiver is 25 lakhs per annum. It starts with 8.5 lakhs per annum and under both these categories. Apart from this, we also have some other donor scholarships. There's an ISEX scholarship. There are the scholarships in memory for alums or there are scholarships named after professors. There's a Mansa Mandava scholarship for women. There's a diversity scholarship. There's an international scholarship. There's a Bridge to India scholarship for people who are NRIs and want to come back to India for their MBA and work here. So all those scholarships are available for various initiatives. And also there is an interesting scholarship called Develop India Scholarship. This is given after you graduate.
Yeah.
And if you want to work in the development sector in India, and after ISB, if you work in the development sector in India, we give you a stipend of between 30 to 50,000 rupees, depending for the duration for 2 years duration. And this is in lieu of compensating for you, compensating the candidates to work in the social sector because salaries are tend to be lower.
Help to pay the loan as well.
Yeah, and if you forego your corporate salaries and want to work for the development of India, that's the initiative which we are contributing to the nation as well.
That's really commendable. I mean, one more thing, again, people from diverse background. During my time, there was a merit on diversity scholarship.
Yes, we do have that. Yes.
Okay,
we have diversity scholarship is there.
Okay.
Okay. Just 1 second, guys.
I'd say go take a look back at it. Still trying.
Please, mute yourself, everyone. Guys, what are your queries right now before I proceed?
Anshul, what's the fifth criteria for profile score?
I'm coming to that. I'll show it in a screen, don't worry.
Yeah, Anshul, one thing. So in work experience, when they say that work experience, they are
Huh.
counting. So in work experience, what I mean, duration of the
They
or
will
which
just
company,
provide some weightage looking at your work experience, what you have worked.
which what you but I, as in what kind of work, what company,
Yes,
what
yes,
experience,
yes,
all
yes,
these
yes,
three
yes. They
things.
will just provide weightage, and three people will provide weightage. You'll be very surprised to know those all three people generally used to be the current batch students who might have absolutely no clue about your work because they might be from very different background as yours.
But Anshul, this year there was no person in the acad committee, right? Like this admission committee is what I heard.
What does that mean? No person in acad
As in,
committee?
as in though no current student.
No, current students were still involved, but one of those people out of three was from AdCom. This is what I heard. Again, this is not sure. What you're saying is also not 100% certified news. AdCom doesn't have so many people that only three people from AdCom will read everyone's application.
Okay.
Current students were still involved this year also.
Anshul,
Yeah,
no,
Vikram.
sorry. Yeah, so I was just recently talking
Vikram,
to.
your voice is muffled. I can't hear you.
Sorry, can you hear me now? Any better?
No, it is not. Yeah, Sumit, please go ahead.
Yeah, thanks, Anshul. So I think in the first video you mentioned there is this they accommodate diversity for work experience,
Yeah,
but not for education, right?
no,
Now,
not
could you
for.
yeah. So could you elaborate on this in the sense that is it
No,
are
if you are
asking us-
education-wise, you are diverse. In all probability, you will be diverse in profession also.
so if someone has transitioned, right? So
Sumit, it all
then
depends on the people who are reading it. If they think
Mhm.
that it is diverse, they will provide more weightage to the work expert. If they don't, they will not.
So it's not really on what different roles you have played across your work experience. It is
Indeed,
more
it's a
on
qualitative score. So you
Mhm.
cannot put a finger to
Makes
things.
sense. Makes sense. Thanks.
Yeah, Pratyush.
Hi, Anshul. Those
Guys, I'm
three.
not looking at chat. Don't put it in the chat here. Please make it interactive. I'm not reading. It is not an info session with the alum. Please unmute and ask. Ideally, switch on your camera also so that it looks like a human to human interaction. Yeah, Pratyush.
Those three people, though, that.
Can't hear you. Can't hear you.
Hello. You can hear me
Yes.
now?
Perfect.
Yeah. So those three people that read our applications, are they same for all of the applicants? And are they selected on random?
Randomly, anyone can read anything.
And those three people are not the same for
Of
everyone
course
who
not.
applies.
Do you think three people will be able to read 7 to 10,000 applications?
Yeah.
Anything else, guys?
Yes, hey Anshul, Pranay here.
Hi, Pran.
So yes, so you mentioned that these three people are from diverse
I
background.
didn't mention anything. He mentioned.
Okay. Okay. So maybe I heard it wrong, but are they from similar background or are
No, that's what I mentioned. They cannot do that much of mapping. They will give it to
they
anyone.
got it. So it's completely random.
Yes.
Got it.
Yeah, Trishna.
Can you talk a little bit about the other kind of scholarships that guy said? Not just the simple merit one, but the one in diversity. Thoda uske baare
I'm
mein can
I'm
you tell a
coming to
little
that.
bit?
I'm coming to that. Don't worry. I'll deep
Okay,
dive into everything. I just wanted to know if
gotcha.
anyone has doubt on these things that Amit just mentioned in those clippings. Yeah, Prashant.
No,
Hello.
Yeah, Prashant.
7 to 8,000 applications every year. Any ins-
Prashant, please speak louder here.
Hello, I'm audible
Yes.
now.
Yeah.
You just mentioned that there are 7 to 8,000 applicants every year. Any
It is just my guess because
okay.
they do not reveal the total number of applications.
Any guess on the number of people who are called for PIs out of those 7 8,000 people? Okay.
Even if I do, and even if you know, what will you do with that information?
Nothing much, just
Exactly. Please,
curiosity, I
please,
guess.
guys, this is not only for Prashant, this is for everyone. Cut the chaos. Please do not let your mind get randomly diverted by random things which are not under your control.
Hi, Anshul. Good evening. Rahul this side.
Yeah.
Just a question on the interview panel. I've observed that you were a part of a few panels as well.
Yeah.
So, what does the interview panel consist of? Adcoms, former alum?
No. Adcom is very rare. Adcom is
Okay.
very rare. It will always be 2 alums or 3 alums. Sometimes, very rarely, it can be 4 alums if actually more alums come and they cannot say no once alums come to the hotel, right? So they always call more alums, but not all of them turn out because it's a volunteering activity. Not everyone wants to spoil their Saturday and Sunday. So they kind of end up calling more, but ideally it is, matlab, the most common is 2. Sometimes it is 3. It can be 4 as well. If it is happening in Hyderabad, then AdCom might sit. One person more from the AdCom might sit in the panel as well.
You feel there's any difference between the Adcom or the alum?
What will you do with that information? Even if there is a difference, can you control it?
No, not really. But
Just don't think about it.
fair enough.
Random doubts. No, please don't mind my words. I have a habit of pulling everyone's leg. Please.
Hi, Anshul. So there, the interview panel's judgments are
You
being
have to introduce yourself first, YR, because I don't think I can call you YR.
Yash this side.
Hi, Yash.
Basically, the interviewers, how they quantify their judgments.
Okay, so interviewers are supposed to mark you on 14 to 15 different parameters between 1 to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They have to give you points between 1 to 5 for 14 to 15 parameters. I am a panelist, so I cannot reveal those parameters. I'm sorry. But just to let you know, out of those 15 parameters, and then they have to come to a common consensus, 2 or 3 people, and then they will write a subjective comment about you.
Do they have the essays and all with them?
Yes, how do you think they will take interview without essays? And if they do not have essays,
No, the point. My question is, do they have like the day before, like prior to the interview day?
Good question. Yes. So we get an essay just a night before. Okay. But it depends on us if you want to read them or not, or if you want to just start the interview and then read them on the go.
Okay.
But it is sent a night before, not before that.
So generally, interviewers read the essays, or like is you being a part of it as an interviewer. So do you read prior or on the time of interview?
I'll give you a very nice example. Last year, when I last year or last to last year, last to last year, when I went, it was a panel of 3. I was the middle one, means I was with middle experience. The other guy was a senior product manager from Ola, class of 2014, much senior than me. Other girl was class of 2021. 2021 or 2020. It was her first time taking an interview because you need to graduate at least 3 years ago to volunteer for ISB interview. She was product marketing manager at Meta. So we were 3 very diverse people. The senior guy had read the essays. Okay. He has read the essays अच्छे से एक बार in the morning, or just he read before we were starting. Either he has read, I don't really remember, but he did read. Either he had read already or he read the essays before starting the interview. I never read anything. I said, you guys start. I will just be a passive listener for a while, and in that time, I'll also read. And then if I want to ask something, I'll ask. The third girl, because she was an Inthu Cutler and it was her first time taking the interview, she had read all the essays a night before, and she had come with a diary with a list of questions to ask. So, yes, why I'm telling you the story, you cannot control these things. Stop thinking about it. You don't know who will read, who will not read. At that day, I took 8 interview. Abhi to they are giving only 6 interviews per day. 2 years ago, they used to give 8 interviews. By the time it was 8th interview, I was so tired. I told my co-interviewer, you only ask. I am not interested in reading or asking. If I see something like very, I mean, if I notice something and if I really want to ask something, I'll ask. But you can take the interview ahead. So you cannot control these things.
Understood. Thank you.
Hi, Anshul. So does that mean like giving your interview at the end, like on 6th, 7th number? Does that impact your?
Neeraj, what will you do with that information? Can you change the sequence?
No.
क्यों पूछते हो यार ये सब? क्या करोगे ये जान के? Can you go and change ki, oh no, why did you give me number last panel? Please change it. Yeah, Krishna.
अंशुल सोशल वर्क का कुछ
हाँ,
if
there is.
we add
I'll come to that. I'll discuss. Should we proceed?
Rachit here.
Hi, Rachit.
Anshul, I have a question regarding the work experience. So, like, is there a set criteria that by ISB that the cohort should have such number of say 2 years
Yeah.
or such number of 5 years or 10 years?
नहीं, वो नहीं है, but they maintain, listen to me very carefully, they will maintain 50-50 male-female ratio, and they will maintain 60-40 engineer versus non-engineer ratio. When I say engineer versus non-engineer, it's academic. Don't say I'm an engineer, but I do fashion designing, so I'm not an engineer by according to ISB. It's by academics for 60-40. And this year it has further deteriorated. This current batch has 57-43. 57% engineers and 43% non-engineer. This they will maintain. This 60-40 ratio they have been maintaining since my time. That is class of 2018. Well, I am from class of 2018, and female unfortunately is deteriorating because my batch was 70-30 and the current batch is 50-50. Even class of 2025 batch, the batch that just graduated was 50-50. So if you're male and engineer, please buckle up and wake up.
Okay. And so you mentioned 50, say if we consider 57% engineers and there are non-engineers. So out of these 57 also they will club I would say, or they will filter based on the years of experience?
No.
It is only engineer, and if you are 1 year or 10 years, you'll be treated the same.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Anshul, hi.
Hi, Gaurav.
Yeah, how do they judge the quality of work experience?
It's up to them.
It's up to them. But I'm assuming they're from different backgrounds.
There are always different backgrounds. So many
Yeah.
diverse people apply. So one thing he said, diversity in work experience might fetch you more marks in work experience category. I hope you noticed that.
Yeah.
So I think that might fetch some more marks to diverse people. Guys, just a note, I am willing to sit with you for as long as you want to, but abhi actual discussion shuru bhi nahi hua hai. So please do not leave the call. If you leave the call right now or after 10 minutes or 15 minutes, it will make no sense. You have to stay. Yeah, Aniket?
Hi, Anshul. Maybe for the betterment of this, like, for everybody's information, this was something which we could not discuss. We discussed briefly about, like the referral from alums, right?
Doesn't matter.
It does not matter. Like,
मैं
not at
बोला
all.
तुमको 2 घंटे पहले.
नहीं, I just wanted to confirm that. याद नहीं
अरे?
Correct.
Anshul, regarding the quality of WorkX, so let's say I'm working in a slightly niche segment, and I mean the impact is high. Maybe I'm consulting with the billion-dollar revenue industries in a niche segment, as compared to, let's say, I mean, what's practically or conventionally
What is your
looked.
question, Rahul?
The quality of WorkX points, would that be looked positively, or I mean,
Rahul,
would that fetch us higher
that
score?
depends on those 3 people, I repeat. How can I give the answer? Batao? It is a qualitative score.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. So for the qualitative, I mean, of course, I understand that it's a qualitative parameter, and eventually everything is in the hands of the interviewer. What I am saying is, I can put it.
Everything is in the hand of people who are reading your essays. Interview kahan se aaya isme?
Oh, sorry, I mentioned interview. Sorry. Yeah. Again, so just coming back to my query of the quality of WorkX. So I am in a niche segment. Let's say I'm working in some sort of a niche sector, niche environment, and I can put numbers to it. I can quantify it. So would that be, I mean, from where I stand, I feel that could be a plus.
If you are from very niche background, try to write your essays in a way that can be understood by anyone.
Yeah, I mean that's also something that can also be counterproductive. I get that. Understood.
Should we proceed?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Is my slide visible?
Yes, sir.
Guys, don't mind
Yes.
the
Yes.
text. I mean, I had rough notes made on my iPad and I just converted it into a random PPT. Okay, so this is how it looks like, guys. According to Amit, again, I'm not saying anything. This is according to Amit. Profile score plus interview score will decide your total score. Profile score itself will decide if you are getting called for the interview or not. Profile score means your ACADS. From last year, they have removed 10th and 12th, only graduation. When I asked how are you measuring graduation, because there are different streams, get different kind of percentages. For example, I'm a doctor, even 70% is like way too great score for us, while engineers might get 10 GPA, and then there are different marks across different universities. He said they do some nominalization according to the historical scores of different streams across different universities. That's all he mentioned. I mean, he has mentioned in that call later. I did not include everything, otherwise this call will go on and on. I will share the recording of that call also with you. Second is GMAT GRE, essays and LOR, and work experience. This is what he mentioned. Here, ACADS and GMAT GRE is fixed, which means it cannot be changed. It will be objective scoring. You might be getting this much of score for very below average, this much for below average, this much for average, this much for above average, this much for exceptional, both in GMAT and ACADS. Essays and LOR and work experience will be qualitative. As I said, essays and LOR and work experience the score would be given by 3 people. Traditionally, those 3 people were current batch students from last year. According to rumors, AdCom is also being involved. And then the interview score, after you get interviewed, interview score depends on 14 to 15 different parameters, where you will be marked between 1 to 5, and there will be subjective comment by the interviewers. That will determine your total score. Now, as Amit said in the first video, this total score will decide if you're getting a reject or a waitlist or an admit, and the top 25% of the people will get merit scholarship. Top 25, not top 25, but people who are depending on how many merit scholarship is available, the top people will get merit scholarships. That's why you need to score high in everything to get the scholarship, merit scholarship. Is it clear?
Yes.
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 Now, even before we proceed, people who are reapplicants who applied last year, just tell me honestly, did you guys know all this in this much detail before applying?
Definitely not.
No. No.
Yeah, because I had attended the AdCom session.
But you knew all this, Anjali?
Yeah.
Okay. Others?
No.
Okay.
No.
Chalo, this call is at least of some use. Fine. Guys, now what I always try to do, I try to figure out कि कितना weightage देते हैं इसको. And if you'll watch the entire video, which I'll share later, they never diverse that information. I don't know why. IIM Bangalore you must have seen IIM Bangalore publishes the entire criteria and how much weightage they give. Have you seen? People, I have already shared it in the group.
Yeah.
I hope everyone else has seen.
They
IIM
publish
Bangalore.
it in their website as well.
Yes, and I don't think IIM Ahmedabad does it, but IIM Bangalore does it very transparent. And I don't know why ISB is not being transparent. Again, we cannot change it, so we cannot do anything about it. I always try to judge by looking at the results. That which people, at least people who were with me, they got scholarship. To just go back and check their entire profile and try to guess what must have worked out for them. So let's look at some of the examples and try to make a guess. And it should be like an interactive session, as I said. So if you think my guess is going wrong, please let me know. Please try to correct me. Okay?
Okay.
Perfect. क्या हो रहा है? हाँ, before we go to that part, let's look at some of the scholarship. So there are two types of scholarship generally. One is supported by ISP and one other group is supported by the donors. All these information is available on their website. You can go and check. I would want you to have a look on this ISB merit waiver because this is where most of the scholarships will go. Okay. And this is how they will decide according to the criteria I just mentioned. ISB Merit by Diversity was the scholarship that I got. They have made a list of diverse background in education or profession. They have already made a list. During my time, they used to properly publish it in the website and brochure. I don't think they do it right now. In among those people who are very high on merit, which means their total score is very high, they got scholarship. So I was one of them who got. I'll tell you, my batch had more than 10 doctors, but not all doctors got that scholarship. So it is not only diversity scholarship, it is merit by diversity. And Amit mentioned the same. So I got because my GMAT was higher, 730. And I was diverse candidate, of course. Of course, my essays were good. And my interview, those people, have you read my interview excerpt that I have written and I shared in the group? Anyone?
Yeah, I did.
So my interviewer started off really well, then it almost completely tanked in the mid. But by the time it ended, I kind of saved it. So I'm assuming my interview score was also decent. So that's how I got merit by diversity waiver. And then there is need come merit. Till last year, they used to ask for essay and proof of income for self and family. If it is less than 18 lakhs, you'll get most of the people who had the proof of income, they got that scholarship. Last year, I think they had more money. So even people who had not applied with their essay, they still asked for later. I mean, from all the applicants that before announcing the result, maybe they got more corpus, they got more donation. That if you are eligible, please apply. Uh, so many people said that we are not eligible, still we are getting this mail. I said, if they are sending you mail, please apply. Someone was asking me, is there that applying for scholarship hampers the chances of getting an admit? It is the most stupid thing I have ever heard. It never happens. At least for ISB, it never happens. ISB has enough corpus to provide scholarship. It will not judge you on the basis of that, hey, this guy is asking for scholarship, so I'll not take him. They will not give you scholarship if they don't have the money. Decision to give scholarship will not harm the decision of giving you an admit. And then there is ISEC. People who have worked in ISEC, they get scholarship. Bridge to India, people have worked outside, and then Armed Forces scholarship. This is just one list. There is another list which is supported by donor, but again, most of them are based on merit and few criteria, which you cannot really do anything about. All you need to do is to try to maximize your total score. That is the only way to get maximum of the scholarship. There is one more, which is again supported by the donor. So I have not listed it here. Please go and see in the website. That is social impact. If you've worked in social impact space, full-time or part-time or as an initiative, then you will write an essay about it, and that will be considered as social impact scholarship. You will get some waiver.
Any NGO experience will work for this.
Yeah, you can write about your NGO experience. It depends on them if they want to take it seriously or not, because anyone can work in an NGO, right? I'll give you the example of a guy, I'll show you, who got crazy amount of scholarship and social impact was a part of it. Yeah, Trishla?
Yeah, so I have a question. So my startup was for profit. However, we did a lot of social impact with that
Please write it in
startup.
your social impact essay.
It
Please
was based
write.
towards.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I have
so will
seen
that
your.
count even if it was for profit?
Doesn't
Yeah.
matter. Doesn't matter.
Okay,
You are not
got
giving.
you.
You don't need any extra money to write that essay. Write it. Now let them decide if they want to give it or not. Why to miss?
ठीक है.
हाँ जी. Yeah, Shashank.
अंशुल, मेरा क्वेश्चन ये था आपसे कि तो फॉर आई मीन ऑफ कोर्स बीइंग इन अ फुल टाइम जॉब, आई एम acting as a part-time legal advisor for an NGO, which is an NGO called Sadbhavna Sanstha. Now, I was wondering that would this be an issue if I write it in my experience that I'm acting as a part-time, because because they might ask me, how are you managing it with your full-time job?
Why?
And
It's an
are you
extracurricular. They want extracurriculars. If I'm playing
All right.
football, will I not write that I play football for national level?
All right. All right. Okay.
Bhavisha, please stop writing. I know you're
Uh,
using your tablet. Please stop whatever you're doing. You are
Thank
damaging the screen.
you. Thank
Yeah,
you so much, Anshul.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, Sumit.
CSR leadership positions while working in your corporate organization, do those account for the social impact
Nine.
piece or may not
I
really,
don't
right?
think so.
CSR organ.
I don't think
So
so. But
even
yeah,
if you have like
CSR, यार लिख देना इससे अगर है आपके पास लिखने का तो you
हाँ
let them
नहीं
decide.
एक्सटर्नल क्लाइंट के साथ काम किया था wherein like we help them raise fund and all तो उसमें you can't really hide right or you can
You can, I mean, no harm.
yeah.
Ultimately, merit will decide if you are getting it or not. Total merit. You cannot just write it and think that you will get your merit. You should also be higher in the total score.
Anshul, two questions. One is regarding the ISB, of course, merit scholarship. ISB has clearly stated that applicants in round one and round two would be more considered for the scholarship. However, my query is, since the scholarship is awarded basis the score, the final score that you're getting, why is round three at a disadvantage?
It's not my school, na Rahul. They can decide what they want to. What do I do? They have clearly mentioned in the website also that earlier rounds will be will be considered by higher numbers for scholarship. During my time, they had clearly mentioned that 100% merit waivers are only available in round one. Abhi, what do I do with that rule? We cannot do much.
Understood, understood. Second, regarding the Bridge to India waiver. So let's say I do have the opportunity. I mean, just to be
But I'm
eligible.
currently working outside India.
No, I mean I can go out for a project.
Nine.
नहीं. I mean the client has been asking. So मैं अगर जा सकूं तो will I be eligible? So what's the eligibility? I'll have to work for there. बस. And
Yeah.
my
Yeah, clearly likha, I guess. People who are currently working abroad.
I mean, it can. I mean, if currently working means at the time of
Currently
application.
working means currently employed by an international company and their geography. You're not employed if you go for a project.
No. I will be getting my pay would be based on.
Rahul, answer is
Yeah.
no.
Okay.
Explain as much as you want.
Okay.
Should we proceed?
Yes, please.
Yeah, Krishna.
Sorry, please forgive my ignorance. I wanted to ask, the social impact essay is to be filled separately, right?
हाँ वो आपके एप्लीकेशन में होगा वो.
Okay, and this second scholarship for women, in that it's written some part of it will be given after completion of some terms.
Where it
Uh,
is.
this thing,
हाँ.
Professor Manasa Mandava.
Yeah.
So what is it exactly like? After we pay our entire fees, uske baad will the scholarship
Yeah,
after
maybe they will refund. Yeah.
Acha, okay.
These are small numbers. They might be available for one or two people. Again, you will see
Okay.
another list, scholarship supported by donors. I have not included it because it's a big list. Makes no sense to show it when you can see it on your own on the website. Usme bhi one or two are available, like someone very high on merit, someone with disability, someone with a very marginalized background. So one level for every donor. Someday when I am very rich, even I will make a, like maybe on my mother's name
Please,
or my
please come.
father's name. They keep asking, but I'm like, I can give 1 lakh, but I think they want at least 5-6 lakhs every year.
Yeah, you shared those emails with us.
Yeah, they keep asking, and they also want few years of commitment. I'm like, after giving so much of money, I'm not giving any commitment to you people. Anyway,
Yeah.
let's not be funny here. Let's try to be professional. Okay, guys. Anything? Should we proceed? So, yeah, Prashant. Prashant, you had some question. You have raised your hand.
Yes, Anshul, you mentioned in the merit-based diversity that in your case, some doctors got it, the others
Yes.
didn't.
Yes.
So going by that, I believe it's the doctors would be judged against doctors, right? Is that going by what you said? I believe doctors would be judged against doctors or something. The same
No,
acad background.
no, not just
No.
against anyone.
Okay.
Just they must have made a list of all the diverse candidates, and they must have checked कि total score किसका ज़्यादा है. Total score means profile score plus interview score. And they would have provided to those people. And Amit clearly mentioned that diverse people who are high on merit, right? And high on merit means high on total score.
Okay, so it's not a diversity
No, you're not.
individual. Okay, it's overall. Okay.
Guys, can we proceed? Any questions?
Yes, we can proceed.
Yes. ठीक है. Now let's look at the profile of some people who got scholarship in last 3 years and what actually changed in class for class of 2026, which means the batch which is currently at ISB. This is Jayant, who all of you, who among you met Jayant that day on info session, during info session? Do you guys remember him? It's just been a,
Yeah.
and
Yes.
others?
Yes, yes.
Yes. So this was the profile of Jayant. Of course, qualitative score उसको essays में कितना मिला, work experience में कितना मिला, I have absolutely no clue. No one has any clue. But he got 12.36 lakh scholarship, and this was his profile. He was BTech from Tier 3 college. GPA was good. GMAT was very high. Work experience, again, I don't think he would have got any high marks in high weightage for work experience. Can you appreciate that in his case, GMAT plus essays plus interview could have been the reason of for his scholarship?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
Looks like it.
Those are the only major factors.
Your work experience पे तो नहीं मिला होगा उसको, and because I work with him, I am dead sure उसको इंटरव्यू में भी बहुत कम मिले होंगे.
Communication skills.
उसको कम मिले होंगे इंटरव्यू में for sure because I know him.
Okay, so means it was completely the application and the
Plus
GMAT.
GMAT plus GPA.
Understood.
Again, we are trying to make guesses here, guys. Do not
Yes, sir.
take
Yes.
my word with like a patthar ki lakeer. I do not know what went inside. I'm trying to make guesses.
What did he say about his interview experience? Like, was he confident? कि
He
अच्छा
said it was, I'll tell you later, Akshat. He just said it was decent because he was already traumatized during the mock interviews. So, but yeah, he did not give up till the end. He did the mock interviews till the end.
Anshul, what would be the GPA to percentage conversion for this case?
I don't know. We will ask this question to Amit because Amit has also mentioned in the call that they do nominalization. Not nominalization, sorry. What is that word called?
Normalization.
Normalize. I'm telling you, my French is completely screwing my English. Today I studied in the French class. The topic was nominalization for 3 hours in the morning, and I'm saying nominalization. Yeah, what? Please repeat. What it is called?
Normalization.
Normalization. So Amit mentioned that they do this normalization so that people with different GPA versus percentage system, people with different universities, people from different stream, they all can be judged on the same basis. How do they do that? I asked, how do you do that? He said, we use historical figures. Not sure what does that mean, but we will again ask him when we'll call him in next 15 to 20 days.
Sure. Thank you.
Yeah, Shashank. Shashank, you have raised your hand.
No, I must have done it mistakenly. I'm
Acha,
sorry.
okay. Should we proceed, guys?
Yes.
Yes.
Vishwas, all of you already know Vishwas. He's my favorite. He will always remain my favorite even after 10 years. Crazy, 75% scholarship, 18.5 lakhs. His profile was amazing. One of the best profiles I've worked with. But he was still a reapplicant. Uska first mein nahi hua. First attempt mein his GRE was 327. It's not like his GRE was too low as well. And his profile was the same because he just applied back to back. This time he was rejected, next time he got accepted. In my opinion, it was all about his application, interview, एंड जीआरई। एकेड्स में एवरेज बिलो एवरेज मिला होगा, और वर्क एक्सपीरियंस में his full-time work experience was very, very mediocre, but he did so much outside his work that he would have got more on his essays and interview, because most of his essays were centered on his work outside his full-time job, and also his interview also went in the same direction. He also wrote the social impact essay, just to let you know. So his total amount of scholarship was 18.5 lakhs without taxes. So if you include a tax benefit, it must be around 2022. 20, I think 20 or 22.
Can you share what he did in his extracurriculars?
He had two startups, one product-based startup to manage the revenue of temples. One other thing which I forgot, then the social impact was he started an initiative to manufacture low-cost menstrual pads for women in marginalized villages in rural Karnataka. Then one more social impact initiative during COVID, and he was also a trained surfer. He learned the surfing in Mulki. Mulki is a surfing town in Karnataka. He's an amazing guy and very humble. If you'll meet him, you will not believe this guy is so much accomplished and has done so much. He comes from a very normal rural Karnataka background, and again, he has written a handwritten letter to me after he got an admit. Someday I'll frame it. I've shown it to some of you if you guys remember, older members of the group. So he was one of those guys who worked with me for the first time, did not get in, and he still came back to work with me. Imagine the pressure I had to get him in the second time. He's
Is there
joining.
any reason why he didn't get in for the first time?
His
Anything that
interviewer,
you could figure
everything
out?
went well. At the end, the interviewer said, you have done so much. I think you should continue doing what you're doing. I don't think you need an MBA. That's it.
Oh my God.
And you can,
They can
one
do
thing,
shit like that?
yes. Please, Trishla, and for everyone, not only to Trishla, guys, please remember, those two in, किसका background noise आ रहा है? Who is this? Guys, please mute yourself. Please understand, those two interviewers, ISB tries to make everything very uh, objective, but those two interviewers are alums, human beings, and human beings have bias. They will come with some kind of bias, and your job is to still work around that bias and still score higher in those 15 parameters. Trishla, you can talk to Vishwas if you want to, because you have also done a lot.
Yeah.
You should talk to
Yeah.
him
Especially
how
in
to
startup
save
life.
yourself from some stupid interviewers.
Yeah,
I
I'll
will.
definitely
By
talk
the
to
way,
him.
guys, I'm Vishwas info session recording. I'm sharing in next 2 days. I just put it for recording, and I put it for uploading. He has described everything: what went wrong in first attempt, what happened in second attempt. But again, for him, it was a blessing in disguise, no? Getting 18.5 lakh scholarship in the second attempt. So thankfully, it was good. Any questions? This is just some nice memories of Vishwas getting crazy amount of scholarship.
Just on a side note, does this commonly happen that they think that you're too good for an MBA, so
No,
they'll just not
not too
get you
good,
in?
but they would look for fit that, okay, does this person need an MBA? Does this person, what this person is seeking, will ISB be able to
Okay.
fulfill this or not? ये बहुत जरूरी है fit को proof करना. That no matter which interview it is, they will try to check for that.
Okay, got it.
Any questions, guys? Should we proceed?
Yes.
Yes.
Cindy, who calls herself very childish. Anyway, so Cindy was इसका आप ये देख लो. I'll tell you, her major reason must be her interview and her GMAT. Her work experience was so complicated even for me to understand, because even though I am from the same industry, I'm from healthcare, she works for one of the biggest pharma companies in the world, in India at least. But she was typically doing एकदम scientist वाला काम. वो oncology drug में वो कुछ mix करके बनाते. Trishla will know better than me. I had to read to understand what actually she was doing. There is one mistake here. She was not process engineer. She was scientist. While editing, I just was copy pasting the slide, so I just made a mistake. She was scientist in Dr. Reddy's laboratory. You can look at her profile. She has a very core technical chemical engineering profile in a pharmaceutical firm. And her application was horrible. I mean, I can say that she will not mind even if you go and tell that Anshul was saying this. Very bad application. She worked with me only for the interview. I think what worked out for her was GMAT. And she told me her interview went really well. They were very nice, supportive, and all that. And she worked very hard for interview. I'm not saying that she didn't. But again, this is my guess. I don't know what went wrong. What would have worked for her. These are all class of 2025 people, just right here. Any questions? Anyone from this chemical engineering background, if you want to say anything or ask anything? Okay. Balaji?
Anshul, I just had one query. Sorry.
Rahul, बहुत sound, very loud.
Okay, sorry. Since you mentioned people are not able to, yeah. So here, with एक तो she had her NIT tag tier 1, and then chemical engineering probably a little niche. So what diversity within engineers ऐसा कुछ होता है क्या?
I don't think so. Chemical engineering, I don't think so. Will be considered diverse by ISP.
Okay. Yeah, that's all. Hey, query.
But Anshul, hi. But our work ex can be diverse.
Yeah, I'm not.
As per you.
As I said, work experience is qualitative, so I'm not sure. I'm just making a guess.
Yeah.
All
Okay.
I can tell you 100% is that उसको essays में नहीं मिले होंगे marks.
Okay.
And I have very strong reasons to say that. She's written very stupid things in this. I was like, इसको कैसे save करूँ मैं? Then I saw her GMAT. I'm like, okay, now we can think. We can try to save her. She is very sweet girl. When I met her in the campus last year, she was very stressed that shortlist नहीं आ रही है, just placement शुरू होने वाले थे. And I just asked her 2 weeks ago, where are you joining finally? She is joining as a management trainee at Narayana Healthcare, which is a great place to work. I mean, I have heard very good things about people who worked in Narayana. Yeah, Sumit.
Just one side question. You mentioned essays were horrible. Then how do people get confident that we'll still submit the application in whatever round,
Sumit, you
right?
will be very surprised. People do not know how exactly to write essays. I have worked with, I have talked to so many of reapplicants who are present in this group, and I have seen their essays last year. And these are reapplicants who have reached the interview stage. ऐसा नहीं है, but please understand, because again, let's go back. If you look at this, a badly written application, a badly written essay can still land you an interview, because there are other factors also to land you for an interview. But a badly written essay will also impact your interview score, because interview will go in a direction which you are not you are not expecting. If you do not write it in a proper way, if you're writing about an achievement, you have to write the achievement in a way that attracts the attention of the interviewer. Interviewer ends up asking questions around it, and then you end up confidently answering them. That will improve your interview score. Hedali, are you here in this call? If you are here, please say yes. Hedali. I don't think she is there. I just took her name because it has happened with her. Fancy written essay is of no use if it doesn't incite the questions during the interview that you are expecting.
Well, I'm sure the candidate also would have some level known कि essay शायद is not up to the mark, right? But then they still decided, okay, chalo, I'll still submit the essay.
Why do you think people like me exist if the candidates are so good? So good in writing the essays, I mean.
Okay.
There's nothing wrong with Cindy's intelligence. 770 is not a child's play.
Mhm.
Plus NIT Warangal, which is one of the topmost NITs in the country.
तू बादल चाहिए बरसा रहा पूरा
Pratyush, please, yaar. Plus, Dr. Reddy's is also a very reputed organization to work. So she has
Yeah, yeah.
everything in her going good in her profile, but her essays were very bad. She had written, I cannot say it, but I shouldn't say, but I will not say, but she had written some stupid things in her essays. Anyway, let's.
And so all these scholarship amounts that you're mentioning, these are all merit scholarship amounts?
Of course, yeah.
All of these are merit amounts.
All are merit. You can see right now why these are merit scholarship by looking at the profile and GMAT and all that. Sinjini, I hope.
Yeah.
Huh. Balaji. I mean, only thing I can think of is his GMAT application. Not very confident about his interview also, even though he was with me. I am not very confident about his interview. That it have gone well. बाकी कुछ है नहीं profile में. But we did try to diversify very nicely because he tried to do modeling and all by doing bodybuilding and stuff. And just उसी को घुमा फिरा के we did highlighted the diversity. Which because cognizant वाले को मैं और क्या दिखाऊं? How do I highlight someone who worked in cognizant? Should we proceed?
The amount isn't mentioned, Anshul.
Sorry, 12.36 lakhs, as in you can see in the second screenshot. Sorry, I forgot to mention. He copy pasted and sent it to me. All these are real people. You can talk to them directly on LinkedIn if you want to. इसीलिए मैंने जिन people who have not written testimonial उनका मैंने LinkedIn का वो डाल दिया in case you want to see. So yeah, he got 12.3. So most of them got 12.3 lakhs only, except Vishwas who got 18 point something lakhs. Ishita, I hope most of you met Ishita.
Finally, some non-engineer.
Yeah,
Waiting
engineers
for it.
keep crying. Engineers keep crying कि इतना difficult है ये. And I look at the scholarship. All engineers are getting scholarship.
Exactly.
Guys, did you, all of you, I'm assuming you attended the call with Ishita last week, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Ishita,
Yeah.
again, profile wise, not really sure how much she would have got. Essays were decent. Interview though last tak she started off on a really bad note, but at the end I was kind of positively hopeful, like more than moderately hopeful at the end. And one thing, Trishla and others also, her interview started with, oh, your profile is really good, very interesting. So there was already a positive bias. It could have turned out in the other way also. Ki why did you do BBA finance, worked in financial finance, worked as a finance analyst for a few months and then changed your role, changed your entire career to advertising, and you have worked in advertising just for a few months and you are again trying to pursue an MBA. If you have changed your career, why don't you work for a while and then pursue an MBA? Because someone else could have been biased like that. But those interviewers are very supportive from beginning only. They said that, oh, it's very interesting. You're doing some initiative. She had some initiative also uh, from her college days, which she had highlighted very nicely in her essays. And she was an EO admit, early entry option admit. Most of you have already met her. We talked at length last week, so I don't really want to. But any questions related to this? So young people can also get scholarship. I was also an early entry option admit, and I also got, though mine was not merit, mine was diversity by merit. Sorry, merit on diversity. Should we proceed?
Yes.
Okay. Ria, who all remember Ria? We had just a month ago. And so many people DM'd me also that it was very, very motivating that how ISB can change someone's life because she just graduated and she's already doing candlelight, candlelight, no, not candlelight, yeah. Inauguration, lamp lighting inauguration with CEOs of pharma giants and all that. So you guys have read the crazy interview except of Ria also, that how she was grilled, to what extent she was grilled. She still managed it, and all credits to her. I'm not taking any credit. All credits to her because she worked really hard. She told how many alums she talked to before the interview, how many alums she talked to while writing the application, how she changed the entire post MBA goal 7 to 8 days before submitting because she was not convinced that she would be able to justify the post MBA goal and see the result of all this hard work. She was some programmer analyst at Cognizant. She went back to Cognizant, but this time as a management consultant while directly presenting the cases and presenting the solution and everything to the CEOs of pharma MNCs. Just 2 years of work experience. And I don't think she would have got very high in profile. She would have got high in GMAT and definitely high in essays and interview. Us crazy interview ke baad to I'm sure she would have got high score in interview if she got an admit. She had one of the craziest interviews at ISB.
It
Guys,
was her father, na, who was the astrologer, and she got a question ki why didn't you go in that line?
no. That
That
was
is
Hiral.
different.
Hiral is currently at
Okay.
ISB.
Correct.
Hiral is currently at ISB. Hiral is also, I loved working with her. Very, very nice girl. Hiral Sharma. She had two gaps 2 times in her career. Once for GMAT preparation, one because I think she was laid off or something. But she's sitting at ISB right now. ठीक है रिया guys, have you read the interview except of Ria? Please say yes or no. Yeah. Please do not make me ask again and again.
No, Anshul.
No.
No.
No. Okay, I'll reshare it in the group. We have documented it somewhere. I think Devansh must have read, right? I think Devansh read. He messaged me also.
I did.
Please don't get traumatized. It was a very rare case. Doesn't really happen. Yeah, Rahul, you wanted to say something.
Yeah, Anshul, do people get multiple scholarships? Because the reason I'm asking is,
See, can you see Ria got 2 scholarships? She started with 14.5 lakhs and then she got additional 2 lakhs because they just mentioned they had some corpus left. So they are giving.
okay.
Yeah. In the testimonial also, you can see she had written 14.5 lakhs, but later she got, so on 4th April, just before starting her MBA, she got the scholarship. She's 2024. Guys, Ria is 2024, not 2025. Ria graduated a year ago. This is Lalitya. Profile wise, not sure. SBI PO plus a dentist, very confusing profile. GMAT was not high at all. Application was decent, like good, but no red flags in the application for sure, but nothing great to talk about in the application. Her interview, when she started, it was not good, but by the time she finished the mocks, I think she was काफी time हो गया 2024 है, but I remember she was good. But I distinctly remember one thing about Lalitya, that they also started the interview saying, "Oh, you have a very interesting profile. How can a dentist work in SBI?" Had I been an interviewer, I wouldn't have been. I would have been the opposite way, that why a dentist has to work in SBI. Maybe you did not get a good job in dentistry, or maybe you're not good in dentistry. And what is the relation between dentistry and doing a probationary officer job in SBI? What kind of career graph you're looking at? So someone like me would have, maybe the interview would have gone in negative direction because I have my own opinion and my own bias. But I distinctly remember she told they started only with a very lot of positivity, which eventually uh, ended up with she getting an admit. She also got 14.5 lakhs initially, like Ria, and then 2 lakhs later. Yeah, Sumit.
So you said that.
Sorry.
No, please go ahead. Please go ahead.
Yeah, Trishna.
Yeah. So you said that 710 was like a poor GMAT. Is that
Yeah.
considered a poor GMAT? I
710
was under
is
the
considered
opinion
not
that
poor, but lower than average. Definitely lower than average. Because 700,
Okay.
so 712 या 13 तो मेरे टाइम पे ही था, क्लास ऑफ 2018 में ही 712 और 713 was the average GMAT. तो डेफिनेटली इसके टाइम पे बढ़ गया होगा थोड़ा सा. आई एम नॉट श्योर कि
Right.
2024 का एवरेज क्या था, but it was definitely more than 710. So 710 I will not consider a very high score. Guys, did you notice all of them had a very high score, but Lalitya didn't have a very high score? Right? All of them had a very high GMAT. But Lalita had a normal GMAT. She still got a scholarship.
Hi, Anshul, Dravya
I
here.
think क्वांट बैकग्राउंड नहीं होगा ना?
क्वांट बैकग्राउंड क्या? What? Trishla, I think your voice is gone. Yeah, Dravya.
Um, I was just seeing that her GMAT, of course, is low, and then it must have been difficult for her to justify her work ex and then
No, but she
justify
worked
why.
she worked really hard for interview, and I think if I remember correctly, by the time her third mock, her answers were kind of nice, like nicely believable to justify the shift from SBI, shift from dentistry to SBI, then trying to do an MBA, then what she wants to do in the future.
And on top
The
of that,
base.
she got a scholarship as well.
Yes, and she is working in IDFC First Bank in strategy right now. She is one of the few mentees of mine. See how nice things she has written. She does not even reply to my messages now. I mean, I shouldn't complain like this, but I because I wanted to call her for an info session, but she saw all since 3 4 months she's not replying. Anyway, yes, Sumit.
Yeah, was this diversity by merit scholarship
I
which you
think so.
received?
I think so.
Yeah.
They have just mentioned tuition waiver.
Hmm.
ISB, see, this earlier they used to do more. They were more confusing back then. Scholarship type, they should have mentioned what type
Hmm.
of scholarship. They just mentioned ISB scholarship. I think diversity must have played a role. So it
Hmm.
must be merit on diversity.
Seems like it, yeah.
Yeah, Krishan.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
This might be okay, a very small sample size, but from what I'm seeing, the people who have got the scholarship now, either they have something like a spike in their overall application, or to boost it up. So for those of us who may not have something like the spike, what they look out for, so
See, Krishan, you already have a good GRE score, right? ACADS is not in your hand. ACAD is closed now. So all you can do is to make your essays best and try to prepare good hard for the interview so that your interview score is also high. That's the only thing you can do.
okay.
Yeah, Trishna.
yeah, so my question was actually Adhura. So if you want to apply and if you want to, maximize your chances of getting the diversity by merit scholarship,
You don't
what
apply to
kind of
diversity.
score or
You
like,
don't apply to merit on diversity
no,
scholarship.
but like, I mean, if you want to, well, if you want to increase your chances, so what is the ballpark of the GMAT FE you should target?
Trishla, I just mentioned merit by diversity also depends on total score. Total score depends on all the things. It doesn't depend on GMAT only.
No, but बाकी तो चेंज नहीं कर सकते ना.
कैसे नहीं कर सकते?
वर्क
एसेज
एक्स नहीं चेंज कर
एसेज नहीं
सकते,
चेंज कर
ऐसे
सकते
भी
आप
काम कर सकते हैं.
इंटरव्यू पे नहीं काम कर सकते
ऐसे कर सकते हैं वो तो हम ऐसे कर सकते हैं, इंटरव्यू कर सकते हैं और ये कर सकते हैं जीमैट. तो तीनों में ऐसे में तो लाइक सो व्हाट डू वी डू फॉर जीमैट, लाइक हाउ डू वी डील विद ईच ऑफ दीज इंक्लूडिंग जीमैट?
I mean, try to maximize all of them is all I can say. I don't know what answer you're
No,
looking for.
but no, but is there anything that I need to target? Should I
नहीं
target 650 plus,
नहीं but
700
you can
plus?
see the trend. All of them had
Nothing
higher GMAT.
specific.
All of them had higher GMAT to try to maximize your GMAT. But again, right now, the real catch is in the next slide. So please wait for a while before we discuss this question again. Okay.
Okay, fine.
Yeah. Yes, Amit.
Yeah, hi, Anshul. So this her CAT says GPA 65%. So you might know more about BTS. Does that count as high ACADS or is it
या
average?
नॉर्मलाइजेशन किया होगा तो उसको एबव एवरेज माना होगा इन लोगों ने
Okay,
एकेडमी.
got it.
हाँ फॉर श्योर. 60 मेरे भी इतने थे. 67.5 थे मेरे तो. इट इज एबव एवरेज ओनली. Guys, one thing again I repeat, these are just the people I know because they were with me. It's a very small sample size, as Krishnan said. Do not try to make out any trend with it, with these examples. We are just trying to play some guesswork. Am I making sense?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Just a very 25% of the batch is getting scholarship. I have these few people to talk about. So do not try to कि ऐसे होगा तो मेरे साथ भी ऐसे हुआ था तो मेरे साथ भी ऐसा होगा, but just trying to make some guess so that we are well informed while submitting, before submitting our application and before going for the interview. Now, something changed for class of 2026. What changed? This is Brenda. Again, nothing changed. When I said something changed in 2026, it is not really related to her profile. She was a reapplicant, round 3 reject, round 1 admit. She was rejected in round 3. She applied with the same score and same profile. Just after a few months in round 1, she got 6.46 select scholarship. Nothing great to talk about in the work experience. Worked really hard for application, worked decently hard for interview, not as hard as I wanted her to, but again, at the end, admit में मिल गया, scholarship मिल गया, तो all good. She has not joined, unfortunately. She had a big medical mishap at her family. Hopefully, things will turn better and she will join next year. Now, why my major cause of worry for you people is the next slide. Look at this guy's profile. He is a BTech at IIT Roorkee, gold medalist, 100 percentile in GMAT. His work experience was crazily good. MX and HSBC. HSBC maybe he was doing amazingly well. He got no scholarship. He's not the only one. There is another guy called Shaunak Madan. Not my student, but because I'm a part of the ISB waitlist group also. He was waitlisted till 4th or 5th of April when the classes were supposed to start on 12th April. He did not get an admit till 4th or 5th, finally got an admit, and of course, no scholarship. And he also had 100 percentile. Can you see the trend in the past? That can we at least say that high scorers in GMAT were almost certain to get some amount of scholarship? Can we safely say this by looking at class of 2024 trend?
Yeah.
Yeah.
कि कुछ तो मिला, 5 लाख भी मिलेगा, बट मिलेगा अगर GMAT स्कोर बहुत हाई है तो. It has changed in class of 2026 for sure, and it will be the same for you guys also. They have reduced the weightage for GMAT or GRE. If 100 percentiler is not getting a single scholarship, it means GMAT GRE weightage has been reduced. Nilanjan, are you in the call? You had some insider information. Can you tell everyone?
I don't want to do that here.
Okay, fine.
But basically, I'll just give you a insight little bit that whatever I have gathered from here and there, that like they have revamped the application or the application cycle in a way that like because they have felt that like especially the management have felt that they are giving too much importance to GMAT scores.
Yes.
And there is like the lower scorers who are good in other things, say be it essays or anything like that, but they are not able to fare well in GMAT, then they are not getting the required merits. So a lot of high scorers of GMAT, like Anshul is talking about scholarship, I have seen even 725 of McKinsey consultant getting rejected.
Rejected, cannot even invite it for interview.
Yeah, not even an invite for an interview. So a lot has changed last year, and so by till 2025, I would have safely said that
I was so confident. When Navneet came to me, I'm like, चलो एक मिल गया scholarship. इसको तो 100% scholarship दिलवाऊंगा. Zero मिला इसको.
True. So that has happened, and that will continue from here on as well, because they're chasing that Financial Times ranking, and Financial Times values diversity.
Thanks, Nilanjan. That's all I wanted you to say, not anything more. Yeah, Trishla.
Yeah, but isn't his WorkX also really good? ABC at HSBC.
Yes. I'll tell you
तो फिर क्यों नहीं मिला?
I'll tell you what went wrong.
हाँ.
And I am also involved in this. I take not full responsibility, but half responsibility of him not getting a scholarship.
Okay.
This is the reason that what might have gone wrong with us. This is just picture I added because we met just a day before he joined ISB. This is Sayanthani. Some of you met Sayanthani. She made it with a 690 in classic GMAT, rejected by ABC, finally got into ISB. Second is Noni, third is me, fourth is Randhir Allu, is currently at ISB after his third attempt, after 13 years of work experience and 327 in GRE. Again, this is not the topic. This is the comment by Dr. Rishabh Bhandari. Dr. Rishabh Bhandari, Trishla, you'll be very amazed to know he's a MBBS like you, but he's a hardcore finance guy. He has been into quantitative finance and now he has his own startup. You might be knowing him because you are also in the startup ecosystem.
No, but I'll look him up for
Please
sure.
look him up. Yeah, it's a very nice guy and he doesn't do all this. Of course, he's very busy, but we have a connect. We are connected since a while. So sometimes I request if I get a very hardcore finance guy or a MBBS person or BDS, MBBS or BDS to interview. Sometimes he does, and he's very meticulous in taking the interview. He will not take one interview. He will take 2 or 3 sessions till he feels the person is ready to take a mock, and then he will take a mock. And he will not change. I specifically mentioned that you should only do one session. Anything more will be too much involvement of your time. But he said, didn't hear back from him and he was struggling. And then he also said, do not send such people to me. Send me selected profiles where I can add more value more than basics. So I always start mocks. Mocks jab hota, the first mock is always with me. And then I send to others depending on the profile and depending on the need. What happened with Noni? He only signed up for 2. And I always say, if you want to sign up for 2, that's fine. बाकी 2 के बाद you decide if you 2 mock लेने के बाद तुमको पता लग जाएगा ना कि तुम कितने पानी में हो. Then you decide if you want to take more. I never push anyone. I never go into anyone DM and try to upsell or anything. So many of you have talked to me one to one, but I never, except few of them whose profile I really liked, I never followed up. And even if I follow up, I'll just say, okay, what is the update? That's it. I will never go and say, hey, enroll karo ya kuch karo. I'll never do that. I did the same with Navneet. I should have pushed him. But I also didn't know that 100 percentiler will not get any scholarship this year because they have changed the criteria. First mock mein he was horrible. And Rishabh ka feedback, as you can see, that he was struggling. Finally, when I met Navneet on 11th of April during this meetup, I asked him where did you vanish after second mock? He said, Anshul, the second mock was so bad with Rishabh, so horrible that I lost all hope and I thought कि अब जो होगा देखा जाएगा, इससे अच्छा मैं नहीं कर सकता. And I think again, guys, it is my opinion. No one knows what would have gone wrong, but I think that time when he decided not to improve, he had a lot of, I think he had 3, 4 more days left after his mock with Dr. Rishabh. I think that killed his chances at scholarship, according to me. But because as Trishla said, कुछ भी नहीं इसकी प्रोफाइल में खराब. गोल्ड मेडलिस्ट है, रुड़की में है, HSBC में. अमेजिंग प्रोफाइल, अमेजिंग वर्क एक्सपीरियंस था इसका. एंड आई रिपीट, द शौनक मदन गाई, जो वेटलिस्ट ग्रुप वाले लोग हैं, लाइक विक्रम, अक्षत, आई एम श्योर यू मस्ट हैव नोटिस्ड, राइट? Vikram, Akshat, are you here? If you remember, there was a guy called Shaunak.
Yeah.
And we were all saying, "Kya re, tumko abhi tak kyun shortlist karke rakha tha?" When he finally said that I got an admit. And so he was in touch with me since a month. And I told, and his essays were the culprit. I mean, he said his interview went very well. I don't know. So in ISB के interview में सबको अच्छा ही लगता है. But his essays were horrible, and I told him, because we did a analysis कि उसको अभी तक waitlist करके क्यों रखा हुआ है at 100 percentile. But I also told him that ISB would not want to miss out on 100 percentiler in the batch, so they might take you. But imagine 100 percentiler had to wait till 4th April. At least Navneet को direct admit मिला था, waitlist नहीं मिला था. So again guys, the wake up call यही है कि GMAT GRE का weightage कम हो गया है, बहुत ही कम हो गया है according to me. Again, in next 10 to 15 days, when I will call Amit and ask him these questions, you'll see he will dodge. He will not tell you the correct weightage. But I will at least get it out from him that they have changed the weightage of the criteria for sure.
Anshul, just one thing here. Don't you feel that like this is a proper, like a copybook kind of a profile? Copybook, I'll say picture perfect kind of a profile.
Right. Why would you say that, Nilanjan? Such an overachiever, yeah.
Yeah, so picture perfect kind of profile. That's what I'm saying.
Picture perfect, obviously. And also, no need. Generally, people with such profile, they're full of attitude, a lot of confidence.
Yeah, but
It does
Yeah.
not work well with ISB interview, but he was very humble. I'm sure you guys met him during the info session also, right? I did an info session with him on how to achieve 100 percentile in GMAT and also about ISB. He was a very humble guy, very, very sweet guy.
But since you work, feel that there is some lackings in terms of like his professional life is like picture perfect, as I mentioned.
No, he was
But
definitely
other things.
lacking in communication. Definitely.
Okay. Okay. And extracurriculars and
Extracurricular, I don't remember, yeah, if he had very strong extracurricular. I don't
because
really.
I find this picture perfect. So only thing that could have prevented him from
Nahin,
getting the
nahin.
scholarship,
The
I guess.
culprit, see, again, as I said, I cannot really point a finger to what was the culprit, but I think the culprit was interview only. And I can see both. I am also saying the same, and Dr. Rishabh also said the same, who was his second interview, second mock interview.
Mhm.
He literally said कि ऐसे लोगों को मेरे पास मत भेजो जिनको बेसिक्स समझाना पड़े.
Got it. Thank you.
I lost a star candidate for scholarship just because I didn't ask him. This year, I think I should push people a bit, but again, it's not into me. I cannot act salesy. Sometimes just I will just ask, okay, what is the update? What are you doing? Why have you not started it? But that's the max I'll do with people who have talked to me. But I think this is a lesson for me also कि at least जिस पे high potential दिख रहा है प्रोफाइल में और वो काम नहीं कर रहा अच्छे से उनको मैं थोड़ा डंडा करूँ. And I think I should do the डंडा this year थोड़ा सा ज्यादा. Anyway, this is yeah Pratyush yeah Trishla.
Actually, I might sound stupid, but I was asking about Brinda. You said that she might be joining next year.
Next
So
year.
she has to apply again, right?
नहीं differ ISB agrees for different and she has an actual reason to differ. It's
Okay.
personal. I don't want to discuss that.
Okay, no issue. Just wanted
And
to ask.
guys, I'm sure you will have tendency to contact all these guys. Feel free. Do not contact Brinda. That's all. Just on humanitarian ground. She is really occupied in something. Yeah, Trishla.
Yeah, so sorry for monopolizing so much of your time. But, and again, I'm not sure if this is the right place to ask this, but when you say that somebody is bad at interviewing, is it just about communication skills or like are there any other aspects of
Trishla,
it?
there are
Or is
15
there going to be another
parameters.
session on interviewing?
There are 15
Okay,
parameters. So I cannot reveal
okay,
because I'm also in the panel. But
okay,
a lot of things could have gone wrong, can go wrong. But
right.
Navneet ka communication was a major problem. And out of those 14, 15 parameters, 4 to 5 are related to communication.
Got that. So, like, approximately a third of it is how good you're communicating. Got it. Thank you.
I don't know why I put this picture here, but I just thought it's a good picture. So I just put it in. Saint Anthony was also great. I mean, I was very heartbroken when she didn't get into A, B, C. एक के बाद सारा reject आया, but finally she got into ISB. Anyway, this is my understanding, guys. Please, it's an estimate. Do not take a picture and start sharing it here and there, saying Anshul is saying this. I do not know. I will ask it again. I'll ask Amit again. He will also not mention. He will say, "Will dodge." You guys will see. I'm sure you guys will attend a call with Amit also. He will dodge the question when I'll ask कि कितना weightage कहाँ जा रहा है. But this is my understanding. 10 is to ACADS, only grad. GMAT to GRE is 15 to 20. Essays and LOR is 25 to 30%. And please see what I've written. Essays and LOR also indirectly affects the interview score because for ISP, the entire interview revolves around essays. And work experience, I think it's 15 to 20%. Again, I repeat, this is my understanding. Do not go and quote me anywhere, please. Things like these go viral very soon. So please do not end up quoting me.
This is for the previous batch, right? Not for the current GMAT.
This is for you people.
You said GMAT GRE is has a lower weightage now.
तो लिया दो लो तो दिया यार 15-20 से लो कितना होगा उतना तो देंगे ना.
Anshul, sorry to circle back to a previous point.
हाँ.
They ask for our 12th के scores.
नहीं. Last year they haven't, and even if they ask,
They
They will
ask.
not,
They ask.
They
but
ask.
they will not consider it,
But
and
did not consider. Yeah.
they will not consider it, and it is mentioned by Amit only in the same video. I have clipped it, of course. I cannot show 1.5 hour video. I have mentioned that they will not look at 12th.
Then why are they asking?
Akshat, you also know ISB does so many things which we do not know why they do.
Okay. Okay. Cool. Understood.
इतना डिमिस्टिफाई कर देते लाइक आई एम अहमदाबाद एंड बैंगलोर, तो मेरे को ये सब नहीं करना पड़ता. लुक एट मी, आई हैव टू एक्ट लाइक a Sherlock Holmes trying to figure out what exactly they do behind closed doors. They could have just made it transparent and we would have all chilled out and applied with full knowledge and full information. Yeah, Nilanjan.
Anshul, just one thing here. So you are saying, like, again, you're just guessing it. The interview score is 20-25%. So someone who is scoring really well, say, on the other 80, but the interview panel just doesn't recommend.
Yeah,
No,
yeah. नहीं
is
नहीं
not
नहीं.
recommended. So
हाँ, so again, very good question, Nilanjan. Generally, interviewers are not supposed to write very strong comments in the subjective section कि इसको admit कर लो, इसको मत करो. But they can, and then they can do what they want to. I have seen panelists writing that, oh, not a good fit right now or something like that.
so that jeopardizes his chances. Like,
I think so it will. अगर उसका बाउंड्री केस होगा, many people will fall in the boundary case with respect to total score, right?
that's what I.
हाँ, तो बाउंड्री केस में वो सब्जेक्टिव कमेंट देके जिसका पॉजिटिव है उसको ऊपर कर देंगे, जिसका नेगेटिव है उसको नीचे कर देंगे, नहीं लेंगे.
Right. Okay.
Again,
Thank
these
you.
all things are out of our hands, unfortunately.
Anshul, just on this question, विश्वास का आपने मेंशन किया था, one of the interviewers said कि you've done so well, so इसीलिए he got rejected. Please continue doing.
He said you're doing so many things. I think you don't need an MBA. Continue doing what you're doing.
Yeah. So
I will share the video with Vishwas.
No, so I was saying कि वो 2025, would that be considered as a hard no?
I don't know, यार. Maybe they wrote a very strong comment in the. It was one of the saddest days for me when he got a reject. चल, हाँ, Ritika, yeah. Ritika, you have raised your hand. Do you have anything to ask?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
So far the profiles that I've seen are all of them are working somewhere else. Are there any profile where they have been working in the family business and have got the scholarship?
I know I have worked with many family business people, but scholarship, I don't know.
No.
But that doesn't mean they have not got. I told you it's a very minuscule sample set, right?
Okay, but there are students.
I'm sure. They will not discriminate against family business. They will grill you very nicely in the interview. You need to prepare for that. That's all.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, Prashant.
I was wondering if the profile scores are shared with the panelists before the interviews.
No, guys, nothing. Interviewers only have your essays and LOR. They don't even have your GMAT or GRE, and they don't have your ACADS. They don't have your salary. Did all of you guys know this before?
Yeah, they will have a resume.
And resume.
Anshul, I remember from my interviewer was saying that you have a good GMAT as well.
No.
It's not a good, but
You must have written it somewhere in the essay.
No.
No. Interviewers do not have GMAT score.
LinkedIn. They have access to LinkedIn, right?
They have access to LinkedIn. You must have written it in your LinkedIn.
Not on the LinkedIn as well. I didn't even tell you.
Then you're confusing it with your IIM Ahmedabad. They do not have it. I was in the panel last year also.
Okay. Maybe something.
Yeah, you were confused. They either saw your LinkedIn, because one more thing, guys. आप resume में भी अगर अपना GMAT score वगैरह लिखोगे तो they will send the resume back, ask you to remove all that.
No, मैंने कहीं नहीं लिखा. I never mentioned anywhere.
Then must be some black magic.
Not sure.
Hi, Anshul.
Yeah, Gaurav.
Is there a prescribed resume format that they
Yeah,
share?
they will prescribe and please stick to that. Do not here and there. जो बोला जैसे बोला है वैसे ही लिखना.
Got it.
Just to let you know, all these resumes, LinkedIn, these are all new. First time last year they introduced. Lots of changes they did in last 2 years. 2 years ago they changed all the three essays and did all that. Last year they changed essay two, essay one and essay three remained the same. Then they changed the criteria as I mentioned. They included resume and then LinkedIn and all. LinkedIn profile.
So now you have to submit a different resume besides the application.
Oh yes, good morning. Yes, Nilanjan. One
Okay.
pager, one pager.
Okay, and the same as IIM Ahmedabad, like you submit the same.
हाँ मैं जो दोनों दोनों थे मेरे मैंने तो बोला सेम ही कर दो अपलोड नहीं 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 सॉरी सॉरी
अच्छा.
ISB will have a fixed format so you have to follow that format only IIM Ahmedabad you can upload anything as long as it is one page
अब like ISB वाला format you can use in IIM Ahmedabad, right?
नहीं 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 ISB का फॉर्मेट बहुत सैड सा है IIM Ahmedabad को तुम अच्छे से थोड़ा बनाओगे ना थोड़ा रिच बनाओगे उसे
अच्छा, okay, got it.
guys I'm sorry I'm slipping in Hindi if someone from Karnataka or Tamil Nadu is here please do not mind okay
Anshul, one question I have. It stuck with me when we were going through Lalitya's profile.
क्या हो गया ललिता के साथ I don't like her because she's not even civil enough to reply to me. But tell me,
Yeah, I think you mentioned that she was asked why SBI after dentistry. You
I
might
never
not
said that.
be.
I never said that. That's mean you're not listening to me. I said, had I been her interviewer,
Oh,
I
okay.
would have grilled her a bit on that. But she
Okay.
told me they started with, oh, you have a very interesting profile.
Right.
I will not find such a profile interesting. But again, that's my bias.
I got confused. Anyways, I was curious about what could be the answer you would have expected from her.
I
If you
don't
would
know.
have asked this
Why
question.
are you taking my interview?
No,
I
I'm
don't know.
just
Maybe I'd have expected a certain kind of clarity on why she did what she did with respect to changing her career path completely, and then how her different experiences are linked to what she wants to do after MBA. I think that clarity I needed. Guys, did you attend the call with Hiral just before she joined ISB before 12th?
Yeah.
Do you remember what they did with Hiral? They were like, okay, we have read your resume and everything because Hiral has a very, again, lot of jumps in her profile, lot of different. Uh, she worked in VC, then in social impact consulting, I think, then in business development or general consulting. She did a lot of things. So they asked you, okay, we have read everything. Now tell me why for each step. Why did you do a post grad in economics? Why did you do VC? VC से फिर इसमें क्यों jump किया? फिर इसमें क्यों jump किया? Tell me the reason of everything and then tell me why do you want to do an MBA? All whys they asked one by one, and then they started the actual interview. So if you have jumped here and there, done some very different things in your career or life, please be ready with a very strong justification for everything. For interview, essays में ये सब नहीं पूछते. Essays में जगह भी नहीं है सब लिखने की. Again, we are diverting from the topic. अगर मैं भी इंटरव्यू बोलना शुरू करूं तो ट्रस्ट में 3 बज जाएंगे रात. And I'll not stop speaking. So let's try to stay in the topic. Yeah, Abhishek and Sumit.
Yeah, Anshul. So I had a doubt regarding the academic score. Like, for example, there are some candidates from tier one, tier two, and tier three colleges. So, are these guys?
Abhishek, can you change your records?
No, I know that that is not in my control right now, but I was just curious about that.
Be curious about how to improve your application, how to work for interview, how to improve your GMAT. Don't think you're taking GMAT again, right?
I haven't decided yet, but
Don't be curious about things that are not in our hands, Abhishek. It's just a waste of time. I'll tell you what Amit told me. I will share that recording also. He just said he had done some normalization. I don't think they will do the normalization within tier one, tier two, tier three. I don't think they will do that. They said they have taken historical figures from all universities, which I really doubt. A normal admission, though, again, I shouldn't say that. Say anything.
okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Anshul, on your slide wherein you mentioned that simple equation, right?
यार
प्लस प्लस
प्लीज डू
वाला।
नॉट
सो
उसको
नहीं,
लेके
उसके
मेरे को,
बारे में नहीं है,
इट्स
ये
जस्ट अ
सेपरेट
गेस।
क्वेश्चन है।
हाँ बोलो।
या इट्स नॉट अबाउट रेशियोज, माय पॉइंट इज रेज्यूमे और लिंक्डइन का, डज इट गेट
नहीं नहीं नहीं
कॉन्सिडरेटेड
नहीं,
इन
resume
वर्क
and link
एक्सपीरियंस?
no, resume and LinkedIn is only for the interviewers.
Hmm.
That's it. So that it facilitates the interview process.
But that's not very complicated in the work experience bit, because then people can embellish a lot in their resumes as well.
Yeah,
Same.
yeah.
Understood.
Anshul, hi,
Hi, Samir.
getting back to topic. So the thing is, if now as you say, and as we know that the GMAT percentage and the weightage is lesser than what it used to be, right? So now let's say I have 675. Should I really do? You know a little bit about my profile and my ex interviews and all everything. So what is your suggestion?
So see, because right now the average is 675, Sayed, Samir. So you are sitting at average, right? So
Yeah.
if you score more than 675, even when the weightage for GMAT is low relatively, you will still get the weightage for above average GMAT, right? If you increase, if you
Yep.
get more than 675. So I think if you think you can increase and get it beyond 675, you should. You know how competitive it is, right? एक score इधर से उधर हुआ, it might be admit or it might be a reject. So if you think that अगर आप करोगे तो थोड़ा ज्यादा आ जाएगा, if you want will take another attempt, you will get a bit higher than 675. It you should do it, but not on the cost of a strong application or interview. Please understand it. And this is a wake up call for all of you who are just breaking your head on GMAT and GRE and has absolutely no clue about application or interview. And this is also a wake up call for reapplicant. I asked, did you guys even know all this before applying last year? You guys said no because you guys never bothered to find out the details. अगर आपको ये पता होता तो एटलीस्ट आप एप्लीकेशन और इंटरव्यू में थोड़ा फोकस करते. You should know the criteria of the school that you're applying to. If you're applying to ISB, you should know that this is how they take admission. If you're applying to INSEAD, you should know that they value the international work experience a lot. If you, let's just say you're applying to, I don't know, Berkeley House, you should know they are really happy if you have a strong social impact experience. So all the schools have some ethos and some ways of taking admission. So you should know before you apply. Anyway,
Hi, sir. Uh,
I should keep the slide here only.
Hi, sir. So
Ah,
I have
Ramesh.
one question. So this is just out of curiosity. Recently, I was attending a seminar and they were talking about how a lot of these Fortune 500 companies are using automation and AI to go through resumes. Do you think ISB
No,
also might
no,
opt?
no, no. Resume is just given to the interviewers to facilitate the interview. That's all. That's the only job of a resume. Yeah, Krishna.
Yeah, I think I already know the answer to this question, but
Can't
when
hear
is the
you.
right time to start with the application?
Krishna, right time हो गया है.
Hello, is it better
हाँ,
now?
now I can hear you. Right time आ गया है because in 8 days the portal will open. You cannot wait.
Yeah,
Maximum you should wait is 8 days. चलो, अभी तक शुरू नहीं
okay.
किया. 8 दिन और आप wait कर लो. But उसके बाद तो at least
Hmm.
write down the topics on the journal and start writing, jotting down.
Got it.
Anyone else who is still wants to start application in August, please never do this, especially after attending this call.
Anshul, hi, this
Hi,
is Meg.
Megha.
I wanted to ask you a question. You had mentioned about having a CV, right? There's a particular format for ISB. Will the
Huh.
school be providing it, or
Yeah,
is
yeah,
it
yeah. It will be in the application,
okay?
in the portal.
Okay. And just one more question I wanted to ask. With regards to the essay that you had mentioned right now, jotting down points and stuff, is it okay if you can share the topics once
Hey,
publicly?
you Google it now. Last year topics are available on Google.
No, just okay, fine, not an
Or
issue.
so many big rich consulting companies have written long, long blogs. Get ISB. I will not say anyone's name, but you already know. They have blog. You will find essay topics there.
Okay, thank you so much.
No problem.
Anshul, yeah, one question
हाँ
that,
Samir.
yeah, it's not related to the current topic, but related to ISB in general. The LOR that we have, does the seniority of the person
नहीं
depends?
नहीं I don't. इतने सारी चीजें हैं देखने के लिए. Do you think they will go to that
No,
detail?
no, no. I know, but it should be the person should be senior than me. That's it. I think, I guess, right?
I shouldn't say this right now, but my recommender was a Pakistani who I have never met.
Okay.
He just guided me in my medical research journal startup that I had done in the college. And he was very influential. He was actually living in Canada. So he helped my journal get subscribed in the universities across Canada. So I took the recommendation from him just to
Mhm.
add that extra bling to my application.
Mhm.
Imagine if I had done it right now.
That means if that is the case, let's say, to taking like let's say I work in the industry which is service based for its own industry in the Europe, let's say. So my clients will be the same person, same company person, but in the Europe.
Okay.
So taking recommendation from them will be having a
Yeah,
spark.
anyone who has worked with you can. Seniority से कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता.
Like,
According to me, again,
hmm.
they will never say, they have never mentioned it. According to me, it doesn't
They
matter.
mentioned it, Anshul, in one of the webinars
Okay,
last year.
they did, right? Okay.
Anybody who worked with you and can
Okay.
vouch for your work can recommend.
Okay. One more thing I wanted to say, the profiles that you saw are the profiles who got scholarship. Again, do not make any trend out of it that these are the profiles who are getting into ISP. Extremely diverse profiles are getting into ISB. These are not really an indication of the kind of profiles who are getting into ISB. These are just some profiles who got scholarship because of multiple reasons coming together positively for them.
Yeah, last time even 615 GMAT got the admissions. A couple of them I heard.
I have a 616 GMAT last year, 616 classic GMAT, Kuldeep Kumar. Doesn't matter on GMAT, yeah. It matters a lot on your profile application. Guys, I'm not reading the chat. If you put anything on the chat, I'm not reading. So unmute, ask. Otherwise, I'd be very glad to go and sleep.
Anshul, I had like a quick question.
Yeah, Niket.
Like if I was not really aware that the pattern was, had actually changed last year. So I just wanted to understand
Pattern has not changed. Relative weightages would have changed because they will not reveal anything.
Oh,
We
no,
are
no, no.
doing
I'm not
guesswork.
talking about that. I'm talking about the interview piece where, like the
Nothing
LinkedIn
changed
and
in interview.
the resume and the LinkedIn part, right?
They just give the interviewers your resume and LinkedIn. That's it.
Yeah. So, previously I like maybe I'm wrong, but like there was no academic information with the interviewer, right? So now the grad scores, etc., everything is with the interviewer, is it?
I just said that it is not with the interviewer. Where are you listening to me or not? I clearly
The
said
grad, so it,
your grad, your GMAT or GRE, and your salary. These things are not visible to the interviewer.
but in your resume, I'm assuming there would be education
You
history.
cannot, I just mentioned you cannot write these things in your resume,
Uh,
otherwise they will send it back.
oh, I just heard about the GMAT piece. Like, I did not catch
Please pay
the
attention.
grad pack. Okay.
It's not your college classes which you can pay
Mm,
half attention to still understand.
got it.
Hi,
Any?
Anshul.
Hi, Karan.
Yes. So, Anshul, I want to ask, like in my cases, I only have family business experience. I do not have any corporate experience. So it is a big drawback in my profile.
No, there is a guy called Srihari Dasari, Dasari. Go and search for him. He only had
Okay.
family business work.
And
He graduated, just graduated.
oh, okay, 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 cool.
So in that case, who can give the LOR? You can't
Yeah.
really ask it from your parents, right?
नहीं, try not to ask from your parents especially.
हाँ, तो वो LOR फिर कौन देता है फैमिली बिजनेस में? The employees who are
Client,
working with
client,
you.
client, client customers best.
Okay.
हाँ.
ठीक है. Yeah, we can.
College professors or no?
नहीं, no college professors. It's a professional LOR, not an academic LOR.
Okay.
Please. ऐसा कोई रूल नहीं है, but do not do anything that you feel like. College professors say, please do not. Yes.
Yes.
Would you have a sorry.
Yeah, Pranay.
Yeah, we just need to give one LOR, right?
Yeah, one LOR. One LOR in ISP, no LORs in IIM Ahmedabad. Because IIM Ahmedabad knows how people write LOR, so they eliminated it completely. Yes, Amit.
Would you have a personal bias while reading an LOR
Hmm.
written by an ISB alum?
No.
Not really.
I have never read an LOR. I have not seen my co-interviewers ever read a LOR and being asked questions. But if you had attended a call with Ishita last week, she said that she was asked questions from LOR. Someone commented last year in the group that he was asked some question from LOR, but I repeat, it is rare that questions will be asked from LOR in that during the interview. Yeah, Prashant.
No, because like you
क्योंकि
just
इतना कुछ है ऑलरेडी है पूछने के लिए एलओआर एलओआर एक तो लास्ट में रहता है वहां तक जाएगा कोई
hmm,
इंटरव्यूअर एसेज हैं वर्क एक्सपीरियंस के पॉइंटर्स हैं एक्स्ट्रा करिकुलर के पॉइंटर्स हैं अवार्ड्स एंड एक्टिविटीज हैं 30-35 मिनट्स उसी में चले जाएंगे हाउ विल यू इवन रीच एलओआर बट सी इशिता का इंटरव्यू 1 hour 5 minutes तक चला था दैट्स व्हाई या प्रशांत
You have mentioned that the reliance on GMAT and GRE scores have gone down since
I
26.
I am just guessing it. Please do not
All
quote me.
right. All right.
I'm
Going by your
guessing based
guesses.
on I'm guessing basically based on now what happened to Navneet and Shaunak. Shaunak I have not mentioned here because I don't know him personally. But there's a guy called Shaunak Madan in the batch who's also 100% Tyler, and he was not even admitted till the end. He was waitlisted and he got in last May without any scholarship. On these basis and some internal information that I have access to, can
Which
because
which
of
led
these.
to the creation of that slide of yours, the
Yes.
equation, right?
Please do not quote me. Anyone of you have taken pictures, please do not share it on Reddit or Quora and say my name.
I was just curious. Out of all those things, which one had lower, say?
For sure, ACATS. I'll tell you why ACATS has
No. Previously, which one had lower reliance, and now you think it has gone up
GMAT,
since?
GMAT. Definitely. GMAT का पक्का थोड़ा ज़्यादा होगा, and that's the reason all of these people with higher GMAT were getting a
No,
scholarship.
I guess he is asking कौन सा पहले ज्यादा था अभी कम हो गया
GMAT,
कौन सा
वही तो
पहले
बोल रहा
कम था
हूँ.
अभी ज्यादा हो गया
हाँ, exactly. कौन सा
Which
पहले
is
कम था, अभी ज्यादा हो गया.
हम्म
आई
क्योंकि GMAT GRE तो
थिंक
घट
आई
गई है.
थिंक जीमैट देखो जीमैट ज्यादा था वो कम हो गया है तो
ठीक है.
एक बढ़ा होगा एंड आई थिंक इट इज एसेज एंड एलओआर
हाँ.
because why my guess is that because they also changed पहले only current people were reading the essays now they're taking it more seriously they are also including a member of AdCom to read the essays so I think they have made essays more important so I think they must have increased the weightage for essays again my guess please do not quote me.
All right.
अरे यार कहाँ स्लाइड में रखूँ इसी में रखूँ.
Anshul, during the start of the call, we said there were five things. We just keep circling back to
Yeah, these are five.
ACAD, GMAT, essay, and LOR, and workers. What? I mean, SS plus LOR is cup.
No, fifth is interview.
Acha, okay. Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Anshul, you were saying something about ACADS. I think you got interrupted.
I strongly believe that ACADS has the lowest weightage. Can you see all these scholarship people? All these scholarship people, very few had higher ACADS. Jayant had, Vishwas had average. Cindy had below average, I would say. This Balaji also had average. Ishita had decent. Ria also did not have a very high. she also नवनीत को तो खैर स्कॉलरशिप मिली नहीं, सो एकेट्स का वेटेज नहीं इतना ज्यादा, आई एम प्रीटी श्योर. एंड another reason I feel because earlier they used to consider 12th, now they are not even considered 12th, so ACATS is a very small weightage according to me. Again, a guesswork. It's not, no one is sure, no one knows. Guys, are we done? Can I go?
Yeah, thanks a lot. I mean, there's no point
Yeah.
extending it. 12 तो हो ही जाए. But
Shit,
thanks a lot.
12 बज गए.
Thanks for putting this together. This looks
Yes,
like a lot of effort.
yeah, it took me a lot of time. I agree.
Thank you
Even
so
though
much for putting this
it was very
together.
ugly looking PPT, but it
No,
took me a
no.
lot of time to find out because I had to go and look at the application of everyone to get their profile. Because if I had not added all the information,
Exactly.
then it would have not made sense to include these profiles. Otherwise, ऐसे random guess नहीं कर सकते हम लोग.
Thank you so
ठीक है,
much.
guys. Now next Sunday is with Ayushi, and as soon as portal opens, Amit will come, and I will try my best to फंसाओ him with my good sense of clever communication and try to get some more answers out of him. Yeah, Prashant.
Did you get anything lined up for this Sunday? You had a poll on the group.
No. I'm done. I'm done for the weekend. I'm sorry, guys. Nothing is happening on the weekend. Next weekend, Ayushi is coming. But yeah, I will be sharing Vishwas recording, which many of you have not watched. You, not for anything, just watch it to learn how to be humble. Always be humble, no matter how much you have achieved and done in your life. That is the biggest learning for me also from Vishwas. So please watch it. People who have not attended, is a gem of a guy. Joining also a very great institution, a great organization where he will do very well.
Anshul, could you also share the
Thank
interview
you so
transcript?
much.
Trishla, आपका इंटरनेट बहुत खराब है. I don't know where you are. Can you repeat? And then Sanjani, I'll come back to you.
I just said thank
No,
you. I
no.
thought we were finishing the session.
Okay. Yeah,
I
Sanjani.
just said thank you. बस कुछ नहीं बोलना है
Okay,
मुझे,
okay,
कुछ
okay,
नहीं.
okay. Thank, no problem. Yeah, Sanjani, you had to say
Yeah,
something.
could you just share those two interview transcripts? I think yours and there was someone else's that you mentioned.
Transcript? Which transcript?
The interview transcripts, something.
हाँ, mine and Ria. हाँ, I'll share. Mine and Ria. मेरा तो काफी funny है. You will see. I had almost tanked it in between, but somehow I saved it at the end. By the end.
Anshul, on that. Oh, sorry. Again, I think I shouted.
No,
Yeah.
you're not shouting. You have a very strong microphone.
Oh, okay. Uh, yeah, I mean, I was asking, is there any like minimum amount of duration कि आपका इंटरव्यू इतना लॉन्ग होगा so that you could have that saving
I'll
part?
tell you the shortest interview I've ever seen was Daksha
Mhm.
Sharma, who got into ISB and then she left ISB because she got $50,000 with scholarship. The reason she retook her GMAT after her ISB interview because she told me, Anshul, ये 20 minutes में खत्म कर दिया, they are not taking me. I still remember. So she took the GMAT again. She got a 750 this time. ISB she got in with a 710. She got a 750. When she got a 750, then she's like, why not? Let's apply. She applies to Wharton and gets a $50,000 scholarship. I've already shared her info session video with in the group. I'll reshare if you want to. Again, just like Vishwas, imagine she's sitting at Wharton right now. She's so nice, so humble. One of the most humble and sweetest and warmest person I work with. Daksha Sharma, Bits Pilani.
All right, yeah, that answers my question. Thanks.
या प्रशांत, आज आपके क्वेश्चंस नहीं बंद हो रहे, सोने दोगे आज मेरे को?
नहीं, आखिरी है बस. Will it be possible for you to share the recording of Devesh and Munindra this week?
दिवेश एंड मुनींद्र, हाँ, इस वीक मैं कर दूंगा बिकॉज बहुत many people are asking for these two. I'll do it.
That's the only one that I've missed till now.
Okay.
First
Yeah,
timers yaad hai.
I remember. No, there are 20 others from last year also.
Okay.
There's so many. I'm just running out of time. Okay. Done, guys.
Thank you,
I
Anshul.
repeat, please put the feedback on the group. I might not check because I'm going to crash. I'll reply to all DMs tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you.